Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. Connects it to Roberts, right side. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6.
The kick is good.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try to get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Johnson on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is
and he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 2nd down.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And the Steeler 1st down.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for only a couple.
At the 42-yard line.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line.
Steelers.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
To number 81.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well that they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you're...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action. Ryan. And he slings one that's incomplete.
intended for number 80. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. On the return, Johnson. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a handoff looking right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tackle.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Option play, and Kaepernick's going to run with it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
But that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Play action. Now Kaepernick. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Chase Claypool
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Is good.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. So that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Ryan. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On 3rd down, this is Roberts. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Right back to him on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minka Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Ryan, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's got the hook up here, complete. 27 yards on the game there. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
This will make it into the end zone.
Turn there, gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Out to him, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over first and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a first and 10. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 22 yards.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A gain of 2 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Browns' 41-yard line.
Second and 11 at the 41. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He gives it left side to Johnson.
Kaepernick.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another way.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
That's a 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan, now they set up the screen. That's complete. Able to get this beyond the 40.
into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 40.
2nd and 8 coming up. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Play action. It's Ryan. Flush to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on 3rd down. Ryan. And it's complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to number 34. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 26.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Here's Kaepernick to throw. He's going to let it go again. And it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game.
The kick.
And he puts it through.
Makes the score Browns 27, Steelers 21. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
And really the 4-minute offense is just trying to burn the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They had quite a hole to dig out of there on third and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on fourth down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
And that'll bring up second down.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Kaepernick to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. This is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Their own 18-yard line.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And 6.
Ryan to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Johnson on the return.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Kaepernick. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
The quarterback is sacked. A loss of 8 yards.
To throw is Kaepernick.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A gain of 9 on the play, but it brings up...
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One final try for Kaepernick. We've seen this before. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are